Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, August 17th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Time for another exciting Thursday night to discuss to talk about all the exciting matches and segments and all the crazy OMG moments that have happened in the world of professional wrestling. And guiding you through this journey is me, Jose Casabona, your host. I'm also the host, the founder, the executive producer, and content manager of The Ravens Flock. And on behalf of all of us on this channel, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in right now. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my type partner for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. A man who is not afraid to layeth the verbal smackdown on Tony Khan's Connie ass, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, whether it be YouTube or Kick, then you can become an Inner Flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all the perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers that we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're helping support the Ravens Flock in our goals of making this our full-time job. Yes, we're still working JOBs. Yes, we are still caught in the webs entanglement of late-stage capitalism, but with your help, with your support, we can break free from those shackles and do this for you as our proper jobs. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, tiny.cc/shoptrf. And you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crue nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, your ideas on how to better shape the future of this channel by giving us your desires on what you want us to produce, what kind of content you want us to make. But pray tell, I also want to say hello to the folks in our chat. So far, we've got Lady Christy Rando-sama and Nikki Bella holding it down for our mod squad. We've also got Lisa Boo and Jen Pearson in the chat as well. But
we also have Cool Gamer over there saying hi to us, and that's awesome.
Cool Gamer. And pray tell, Jose, exactly what is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. So, to shape the story of what's going on right now in this wacky world of professional wrestling, next, we're just 1 week away from NXT's upcoming TV special, NXT Heat Wave.
A little late, don't you think, considering that we had the Heat Wave in the last week or two here? It's been ungodly. It's been a disaster.
Yeah, well, if it's anything that if there's anything consistent about WWE, it's inconsistency.
Not to mention being late to a trend.
That too. But that being said, yeah, and in the world of AEW, we're just about a week and a half away from AEW making history as they host their pay-per-view event All In the Wembley Stadium in London, England on Sunday, August 27th. However, they're going to be met with some stiff counter-programming competition because on that same weekend, Impact Wrestling is hosting another super show event with New Japan Pro Wrestling on their second installment of Multiverse United.
Holy crap. So this next couple of weeks we're gonna be lousy with content. We're spoiled here.
Yes,
Professional wrestling fans are eating good, my brother.
Yes, yes, we are. It's gonna be great.
So I guess this is just a moment for folks to go ahead and enjoy themselves over here with all the wild pro wrestling programming that they're able to get their hands on.
Absolutely. For right now, we don't have any extra pay-per-view content to discuss here, so we're sticking to our regular format for a change, which is very rare these days, considering how many pay-per-views happen on a monthly basis. It's crazy.
Right, on a week to week basis.
Hey,
dear Lord.
I know. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, WWE NXT.
Sorry about that.
It's getting. He loves the bell.
The bell, I just double-clicked it by accident.
No, you're fine. All right. This is the go-home show of WWE's NXT before their TV special. And we start things off with a tag team match, playa.
Holla, holla!
That's right. The team of Tony D'Angelo, the Dynamite NXT, and the Underboss, the Stacks, Channing Lorenzo, going up against the team of the Dyad, who represents Schism, Rip Fowler and Jagger Reed. And this is for the NXT Tag Team Championship.
So these grizzled young veterans are taking on the Gabagoolies, and they're going to be taking them on for an NXT Tag Team Championship. Nice.
We don't call them by their dead name, Juan.
The
They're called
Gabagoolies?
No, I'm talking about the other team. We call them the Dyad, remember?
No.
You have to stick with WWE continuity.
No, I don't. WWE doesn't even stick with their own continuity. You remember how Pretty Deadly was buried with was swimming with the fishes, and then they just showed up on SmackDown the following week?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I didn't
right.
think so.
Magic.
Yeah, what the hell?
All right. So, the tag team match starts off, and the baby faces, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks Lorenzo, the defending champions, they start things off by gaining the early momentum going on, sending the tag teams in a whirlwind. Channing Lorenzo, obviously the high flyer of the team, doing his daredevil stunts, does a tope suicida on the outside, obliterating Dyad, and they even have a cool spot in the ring where they're both simultaneously just driving the fists right under the guts as they have their opponents in a headlock, just beating the hell out of each other.
So they have them in a headlock facing them, and then
they just started wailing underneath them on the gut.
Jen Pierce is saying, "I would love to see them have a freeze tag match."
Not gonna happen.
Please don't give Vince Russo any other bad ideas.
Unfortunately, there's just too many variables that's happening in this opening match. Because the Dyad are not only accompanied by Ava Raine, not only are they accompanied by their leader, Joe Gacy, but they have the entire legion of Schism creepers surrounding the entire ring.
For those of you who don't remember, the culty fanatics of Schism basically run around in little black hoodies and yellow smiley face masks.
I highly suspect that these guys are just worshippers for hire. Between the Druids that came in the Boneyard match at WrestleMania
For the Undertaker?
Yeah, between the Druids, the Dark Order, and
the Dark Order had creepers.
I think these guys are like
Aces and Eights. They had evil bikers.
Violent by Design had creepers.
Violent by Design had creepers in yellow hoodies and white masks, right?
Maybe that's what we need, Juancho. We need to hire our own creepers.
We need our own creepers?
Yes.
You think
we need our own legion.
Of what?
I don't know. Followers of the Ravens flock. I need to come up with a creepy mask, though. One that hasn't been used.
No. Why would we do that?
But anyway, getting back to the match.
What, we're just going to show up at cons, have a whole swath of creepy flockulers or whatever the hell, and what are they going to do? What, are they gonna beat up people?
They're gonna be like those mooks from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, those bird mooks.
Oh, the freaking
you know what I'm talking
about. The Tengus, whatever they're called.
Yes, oh my god.
No, for that kind of stupidity, you might as well just try to dig up those old costumes from the vault of Haim Saban and have the people just walk around in that.
I don't think we have the luxury to handle a lawsuit from Haim Saban. But anyways, getting back to the match. As soon as we get back from commercial break, the Dyad were able to regain control. Once again, Schism taking a lot of offense for both the tag teams, and the Dyad working strategically, not only neutralizing Channing Lorenzo, but also cutting the legs right off of Tony D'Angelo anytime they go out from under Tony D'Angelo whenever the babyfaces tried to get the tag.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, things are looking dire for the defending champions, and the Dyad looks like they're about to close in on the victory. However, we get a surprise appearance from Ivy Nile showing up at the stage, and the entire Schism Creepers Legion, they all converge to block Ivy Nile from interfering in the match. Joe Gacy and Ava Raine also divert their attentions away from the tag team match.
What the hell is up with Joe Gacy wearing those weird sort of metrosexual like state trooper sunglasses? What is that about?
I have no idea. Maybe
I get it. He's trying things differently.
Maybe it's a Florida fashion. I don't know.
No, it's not a Florida fashion.
You sure about that?
Also, Christy likes your AJ Styles shirt.
Ah, well, thank you. AJ Styles is one of my personal favorites.
Yay.
Now, that being said, this
And
whole...
yeah, by the way, Cody, congratulations and good luck. We want to make sure that you go ahead and get that HR management job.
Yes!
We're pulling for you.
Definitely, you deserve it. Now, this distraction was enough of a window for two unaffiliated creepers in disguise to run in and knock out the dyad, hitting some very familiar moves from a certain tag team. They were part of this one faction. It was about
the coal miners.
Yeah, I think it's the coal No.
Yeah, no.
The diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, no, Jose. You're thinking about Diamond Dallas Page Yoga.
DDP Yoga. Wow.
I know, right? Maybe that's what you need for your lower back now.
Maybe. The Diamond Cutters?
Exactly.
I don't know. They look very familiar. They're pretty
Diamantes, mine.
Yeah.
They're like the brothers of Apollo Crews, or I don't know, Apollo Creed.
Can't put my mind on it, but the distraction was long enough for Tony D'Angelo to hit his finishing move to pin and retain for his team. Your winners, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions, Tony D'Angelo and Stax chanting Lorenzo, Gabagool.
Papa de Poopy. Beep da poopy pop. They win, Papa de Poopy.
Yes, they did.
They won, and they're still the champions here.
They won, and they're still the champs.
Gabagoolies.
Oh man, if only there was a GIF where Peter Griffin is wearing a crown. That would be more fitting. But you know what? I'll take what I can get from the internet.
All right, so it's really funny because the entirety of the creepers that were with Joe Gacy and Ava Raine, they were dumb enough to have their backs turned to the ring. They were all facing Ivy Nile as she was just at the rampway between the stage and the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
And
what the hell is Ivy Nile gonna do?
You had what's his face, Joe Gacy doing his creepy smile, Ava Raine trying her best to act not like her father, but acting well anyway. And they're all trying to just like keep Ivy Nile from interfering. And so when they hear the 3 count and they hear the music, they hear the bell ring, Joe Gacy, you see him visibly smile and laugh like, yeah. But once the music of Tony D'Angelo and Stax actually hits in,
he turns around and he's
like,
just
wait,
flabbergasted.
It's like, what? What happened? Okay, what the hell? I get it. Schism is on the way out, like the dyad are on the way out, but for serious guys, can you not act look like a pair of geeks when you're at it, man?
Oh man, clearly the Schism are still feuding with the Diamond Mine, specifically the Creed brothers, who they beat like almost a month ago, and the Creed brothers are out of NXT. So
they're out. NXT.
Oh yes, thank you for those quotations. They're out of NXT.
It is severely, heavily implied that the Creed brothers are the guys, the extra 2 guys in the creeper masks interfering in matches involving the Schism.
Obviously, there's supposed to be some long-term blow-off that's going to stretch out until, like, No Mercy at the end of September, but that's just my thinking. Let's go ahead and move on.
All right. So, yeah, like, that was a weird way to open the show, but hey, you know, we're not programming it. We're just watching it.
Exactly. Now, this is an exciting match of the night, a one-on-one match, and whoever wins will challenge for the NXT Championship next week at NXT Heatwave. And it is Wes Lee going one-on-one against the Hard Justice Warrior, Dijak.
Is that the new nickname they came up with him? The Hard Justice Warrior?
No, that is the new nickname I came up with.
You know, with all this stuff that we're dealing with involving copyright claiming and intellectual property and stuff from larger companies stealing from the Ravens flock and from Popcorn Planet and all this other jazz, it's probably not a good idea to try to come up with very catchy, albeit stupid sounding nicknames for any wrestlers right now.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Shoot, I got to watch out for these vultures.
Yeah, you got to watch out. They can watch. They know how to watch YouTube and scour the internet for content too, Jose.
All right, so classic David and Goliath match. Wes Lee obviously has a bigger chip on his shoulder because he's still frustrated that he lost his opportunity to regain the NXT North American Championship, and he's trying very hard to prove himself that he is on the same level as Carmelo Hayes, the current NXT champion. So this struggle, of course, played into this one-on-one match, a classic David and Goliath match. Wes Lee overwhelming Dijak with all of his high-flying aerial moves, and Dijak using his size and strength advantage to counter against Wes Lee. However, during the match, it looked like Dijak hurt himself on the right knee, and that continued to be a factor during the rest of the match. So
he hit that knee the hard way, and he was paying for it the entire time of the match, and it was not fun to be on the receiving end.
no, it was not. Definitely was not. But that did not stop Dijak. Dijak continued to hit his power moves. Even at one point, hit his sit-out choke bomb despite the knee, and I liked it. He called his signature move the Hard Justice. That's actually pretty cool. I like that touch. Wesley was able to kick out after 2, and just as Dijak was about to go for a spinning discus big boot, Wesley was able to counter, hitting his cardiac kick and finishing it off by hitting a top rope like spinning swanton bomb that's called the spiral tap to pin and win. Your winner, and now punching his ticket for NXT Heatwave next week, Wes Lee.
Holy shit! Nicely done. All right, so Wesley, he's got himself a nice bit of advantage over here for once. He's about to go ahead and make his way and become #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Hot damn.
Absolutely. Wesley definitely deserves it, and it's going to be a great match next week. That being said, Dijak needs a break, man. He desperately needs a win. Well, actually, no. Something I forgot to point out. Shame on me. Because there was something else that happened before the match ended. Dijak was dominating and was brawling at ringside, and what turned it around was interference, but not really, by NXT newcomer Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe didn't even have to lay a finger on Dijak. He just stood there. Dijak tried to go in for a right hand. Eddie Thorpe dodged, and it was perfect position for Wesley to leap out from the security barricade and knock Dijak down, rolling him back into the ring and finishing him off.
Sweet Jesus, so Dijak is over here distracted by Namor the Submariner over here? For crying out loud.
Thank you, Watcher.
What in the hell is happening?
Oh, man.
All right, I suppose if the match itself was exciting and it was fun, then I got no issue with it. So I suppose a win is a win. Again, congratulations, Wes Lee.
Absolutely. And speaking of the North American Championship, this is the exciting segment of the night, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. I was freaking entertained by this. Apparently, before I talk about this, this was one... Actually, you know what? Let's talk about it right now. Let's bring it up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a political campaign video of Mustafa Ali campaigning to be the next NXT North American Champion.
I actually saw this shit. Okay, so it literally does play like a freaking political ad, and who was the prior North American champion? Was Wesley, right?
Wesley was the former.
It's like, that he's not, he was saying Wesley was not fit to be champion, and our current North American champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, is a hardened criminal and convicted criminal or whatever. Like, are you fucking serious? Is this guy for real here? I was actually distracted from Mustafa Ali's gorgeous man hair long enough to have my jaw drop, my head tilt over to the freaking side. I'm like, is this real life? What the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Is this actually what happens?
I gotta take notes.
What are you taking notes for? You don't have sexy man hair. Mustafa Ali does, and no amount of Arda wigs or coupons from Arda wigs will ever save you from that, Jose.
I'm not talking about the hair, I'm talking about his campaign approach.
Joseph, haven't you learned anything from Rocco's Modern Life? What's the #1 thing to make a successful political ad campaign?
Shoulders.
Large shoulders. Look at the shoulders on Mustafa Ali's blazer here. He had his hair pulled back in parts of this ad, but in other parts his hair was manly flowing down over to the side, accentuating his large shoulders.
Oh my god. So something I actually do want to share. I can't remember where the source from, but some time ago someone reported that one of Mustafa Ali's creative pitches was that he wanted to actually do something similar to this when he was on Monday Night Raw, before he was saddled with, everything WWE dumped on him. Exactly. So I like this. This is great. What would have been funnier is if they freaking no. That would have been too much.
What?
If they would have replicated the whole failure of the Lex Express and made the Ali Express.
What? No, Jesus, no. Are you trying to curse his political run? Here,
the NXT's call to action. Mustafa Ali, North American champion.
Jesus jumped over. Let's say it was bad enough that they actually went ahead and made these weird, gigantic banners. They screen printed this stuff onto gigantic banners with an actual podium for him to act in front of, and before a clamoring, smattering audience that's clearly like screened in ahead of him. It was so obviously produced. It was like, oh, like these children playing in a field, and one of them watching Mustafa Ali, all inspiring in a tablet, and seeing them look like reflecting in Mustafa Ali, reflecting in their eyes.
Like, buddy, kids and their tablets, they're not watching political campaigns at that hour.
They're playing spam. They're playing bloatware video games because their parents can't be bothered to actually rear their children.
Oh,
Yeah, I went there.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that being said, this was funny as hell, and I can't wait to see what happens next week.
What the hell is he gonna do with the? Didn't JBL do this shit? He was over here trying to be he's your campaigning for a U.S. champion, or was it for campaigning for like King of the Ring or something?
I think he was campaigning for either U.S. champion or World Heavyweight champion in 2006.
One of those two. It had to be the World Heavyweight Championship was on Raw at that time. I remember that. So, yeah, it was definitely U.S. champion.
Yeah, United States champion. Okay, fair enough.
It was so dumb.
It was dumb, but still funny. And this, just the same. All right. Now, unfortunately, we do need to knock the excitement down a few pegs, because I do need to talk about a lackluster match. This one, I don't know. You know what? Pull it up.
All right.
It's a one-on-one match between Dana Brooke versus Blair Davenport.
Okay, Blair Davenport, the sinister heel who's responsible for putting out a bunch of the women from the NXT roster out of commission. She gave them the Tanya Harding treatment all around. That's why we don't have bootylicious Nikita Lyons. That's why who else did she take down? Did she try to tear the crap out of Roxanne Perez?
She did.
Yeah, and Roxy got her win over her. It was a nightmare. So clearly, Dana Brooke is screwed.
Dana Brooke is screwed.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Could you see over here? Kids be playing Minecraft or League of Legends or some shit on their iPads with Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're not watching you. Even if their parents were that irresponsible, kids are not watching you, pal.
All right, so let's get to this match. Now, unfortunately, this was very hard for me to get through because Dana Brooke, it looks like they're trying to do like some sort of gimmick change with her. She's wearing like black, she's wearing all black now, no wrestling gear to be seen whatsoever, and she's incredibly furious at Blair Davenport. Like, even at one point where she decided to screw the rules, go over at ringside, and she was about to use the ring bell to get the DQ'd and knock out Blair Davenport, until her protege, Kalani Jordan, told her, "No, don't do it. You'll get disqualified. It's not worth it." Dana Brooke shouting, "I don't care," and she's like, her emotions are getting the best of her, so to speak, unfortunately. Blair Davenport, of course, took advantage of this and, just pretty much went to town on Dana Brooke, hitting a series of striking moves and finishing her off with a combination of knee strikes right to her face to put her down. Your winner, Blair Davenport.
Ouch, jeez. So even with, even with Dana Brooke wanting to be extra hard and extra serious, she still couldn't get the win?
Yeah, pretty much.
How sad is that?
Well,
what the hell, man?
For Blair Davenport, this was a much-needed win following her loss at the Great American Bash. For Dana Brooke, honestly, it all comes back to this one question. Who is Dana Brooke? What is Dana Brooke?
Why is Dana Brooke?
Why is Dana Brooke? Like, I think that's the big problem that WWE has. There are so many problems with Dana Brooke's character, but they're just byproducts of the overall arching issue with WWE. The WWE have no idea who Dana Brooke is.
And it doesn't seem like she even has an idea of who she is or who she wants to be, because if she did, she would have done something with it by now.
Yeah, as much as I say that I take no satisfaction in dubbing on Dana Brooke, the problem is that it's there, it's visible, the writing is on the wall, and it's not Dana Brooke's fault. I mean, she's just working with what WWE's given her.
which is fuck all.
Yeah, exactly.
Could he see in the chat? Yeah. So it was a match between Too Much Plastic Barbie versus Wannabe Emo Girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ouch.
Actually, no. Too Much Plastic Wannabe Emo Barbie versus Wannabe Emo Girl.
Oh my lord! Yeah, you're right, because she's wearing darker clothing now. That means that she's bad.
I know. That means that she's unhinged.
That she's a dangerous in the ring. Who?
Yeah,
afraid
because
of
it certainly worked for Alicia Fox.
Thank you for yes, we did a Guardians of the Galaxy there.
Ha! Thank you.
Yeah, no, it totally worked for Alicia Fox. Let's see how her WWE career is going.
Oh wait,
she's not in the WWE anymore, is she?
Womp womp. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe Lacey Evans can keep her company.
Oh! All right, let's move on to the bad segment of the night. And this is a series of back and forth promo segments from two opposing teams. On next week's NXT Heatwave, there's going to be a mixed tag team match.
Holla holla!
Holla holla. The teams of the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley and the NXT North American Champion Dominic Mysterio versus the team of Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria. The first, we get a promo segment from the heel team representing the Judgment Day, and this was actually pretty good. Pretty good, straightforward. Look at Dominic Mysterio. He looks like his toys have been taken away from him.
Okay, I think he's kind of tired because of how ragged they're running him, jumping around 3 places a week. In order to make all these shows along with Rhea at the same time. That's kind of why kind of why I could see Rhea seems a little bit more tired, and you see that her hair is down, and Dominic, he's just like, I need a nappy.
Hey man, I'm all for Rhea Rare's new hairstyle. It looks pretty.
I'm not saying that. I was saying like it's indicative, and the extra eyeshadow she's got on, the extra makeup, is to hide the fact that neither of them had a proper night's sleep in about 2 weeks because they're kind of the it couple of the WWE. And yes, you're right, Cody. See, Lacey Evans did suck.
Yeah, I know. So Rhea Ripley did most of the talking, saying that Lyra Valkyria earned her endorsement and that she felt betrayed when Lyra kicked her in the face. And these two are going to square off next, and both teams are going to square off next week on Heatwave. So this promo segment was straightforward. It was bold. It was to the point.
It's sweet, simple, gotta love it. Also, Matthew Coburn made his way into the chat. Hey up, Matthew Coburn. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hello and holy shnikes. Thank you for that. All right. Now, the other side of the promo segment, not so much. Juan, you saw this with me.
Okay, yeah, I saw the exchange between Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria, and they basically said like they were having a weird like cross-cultural language miscommunication gag. Like, what do you call it? Dragon Lee, he was saying something in Spanish. Lyra Valkyria, she's Scottish, right?
Irish.
Okay,
I think she was talking in Gaelic.
Gaelic, yeah. So like they were both trying to give each other like a inspirational saying in Gaelic and in Spanish for each of them, and neither of them understood each other. And then she's like, "Oh no, we're not talking about tacos. There will be a team together, you know? Oh, tag team, yeah, I can do teams. Los juntos, yeah." Like that felt so flat.
The loss in translation part of the segments are always going to be flat. Like if both wrestlers don't know what to do with it, and that's not even taking into account that I've said this before on this channel when I talked about Dragon Lee, that talking in general is not his strong suit.
Not yet, at least. But the point of that is, you want to know one thing that might have saved this segment? Let's say, for the sake of argument, that there was no way in hell that Shawn Michaels or whoever else was running the segments for the night was going to budge. They were doing this segment. We have it in the can. That's it. You know what would have actually probably saved this?
What would have saved it?
Space the two apart. Because this little retort, this little response here, it wasn't directed at the camera. It wasn't directed to Dragon Lee or to Rhea Ripley or Dominic Mysterio. It was directed to each other. As if like this was a moment of like the camera being invisible and not existing. So why wouldn't they look at each other normal instead of framing themselves like they're on stage? If they're framing themselves on stage, that means they are aware that there's a camera.
I think what also would have saved this segment is if they did the same thing that Rhea did. Let Lyra Valkyria do most of the talking at the camera, directed at the opposing team, because Lyra can cut a promo.
Indeed. See, there you go. That would have worked out perfectly. Just space the two, have a match or a commercial break or something in between them, and yeah, have Lyra cut a response promo. Dragon Lee looking like a badass behind her or beside her or whatever. Boom. Easy. Done.
Yeah, seriously. Come on, Heartbreak. How did you mess that up?
Listen, I'm very sorry about the mismanagement of this segment. It won't happen again.
Thank you. All right.
And yes, Kurisi, you're right. Rhea did want a daughter of her own.
Oh.
And Kurisi doesn't like Rhea Ripley's new haircut.
What?
She's saying it looks like Justin Bieber wannabe.
I like it. It looks great.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it either way. I mean, it's Rhea Ripley. It's Dami Mommy.
Hell's yeah.
Like you're gonna tell that glorious gal what sort of hair she should have. You want to tell her no? I don't think so, man. I choose life.
Same.
I want to have my spleen exactly where it is. No,
I know,
thank you.
right? All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the main event segment of the night. And this has been an ongoing thing that's happened throughout the entire night of NXT. See, the entire night, NXT champion Carmelo Hayes was signing autographs with his entourage, and Wesley kept interrupting him, trying to get his attention before his number one contender match, after his number one contenders match, and having lost all patience for Carmelo Hayes, he pretty much sabotaged the entire autograph table. Yeah, way to piss off the fans who want to get their autographed, posters of the champ. Thanks, Wesley.
So it's clear we're setting Wesley to play heel in this round?
They're trying to set him up as like the conquering underdog hero here, but he's coming off heelish.
He's coming off a little more like, dude, what the fuck? Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Notice me!
Fuck off! No! Wesley came down to the ring, storming in with the contract in hand and the table that he stole from the autograph booth. And
wait, so there was an autograph booth like somewhere out in the hall? And what, Wesley just said, screw you guys, grabbed the table and left with it and just set it up in the ring?
Yes.
I thought that, what's-his-face, Carmelo Hayes set up the autograph table in the ring and was about to invite people in with, like, security walking them over the barricade or something.
Nope.
No, that's all. That would have been cool.
This is all Wesley. And then Carmelo Hayes came down to join the proceedings, and what we got was an impromptu contract signing segment.
Okay.
Both of these guys cut very compelling promos. Wesley accusing Carmelo Hayes of being too high on his horse, of having everything spoon-fed to him since becoming champion, and Carmelo Hayes firing back, saying that, hey man, being a champion, it's not easy. It's tough. Like, you have to scratch and claw and fight to get to be on top, and you have to be ready for the main event. So. And I love this promo segment because Carmelo Hayes also gave another retort, quoting a line from one of the famous songs from one of the legendary hip-hop bands from the 90s, TLC. He told Wesley, don't go chasing waterfalls, stick to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to.
Rivers and the lakes
that you're used to, because at NXT Heatwave, it ain't going to be Mellow Don't Miss. It's going to be Mellow Can't Miss.
Oh! Ha!
That was great. They both signed the contract. Thankfully, the segment doesn't end in physical calamity, but it ended with Wesley leaping over the table and just stomping through the table, I guess trying to make a statement.
Wait, Wesley just jumped on the table and smashed it?
Yes.
What?
That was a weird way
That is a weird way to explain. Like, I'm frustrated at you, but you know what? I'm gonna break this table at you.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, no. And
this make sense?
And like I said, Wesley's part of the promo segment was compelling. He told the story of how he actually used to be part of the military, and a lot of the higher ups keep telling him that, that he can't do this, he can't do that. He had to battle through a lot of adversity before joining pro wrestling. And he had to deal with a lot of folks telling him that he can't do it. And this is his time to prove not just to the doubters, but also to prove to himself that he can do it.
All right, awesome. That
still doesn't excuse
that doesn't excuse it because it still sounds ridiculous. We're donkey donk.
I know,
but
right?
you know what? You do you, boo-boo, I guess.
I don't know what's more silly, Wesley stopping through the table or the Big Show accidentally stepping through the table at Extreme Rules 2012.
That was a match against Cody Rhodes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a tables match for
The Intercontinental title.
And Big Show, like there was a table set up right outside the apron of the ring. Big Show is on the apron. Cody bumps him onto it, and he just like steps on it by accident.
And he gives that face like, "Uh-oh, I hope they don't see it."
And the referee sees that and counts that and calls for the bell. And Big Show just the biggest, "Oh my God, did I just shit my pants?" moment.
Oh man, that was
freaking that blasted segment shit its own pants. This is weird, but it wasn't that weird.
It wasn't that weird. It was a good way to close off the show. All right, now time to switch gears and talk about this week's edition of AEW Dynamite. Oh, right. The AEW Dynamite's TV special, Fight for the Fallen.
See, I was waiting for you to set it up like that over here, and you got yourself all paused and stuff. Like, yeah, it's AEW Dynamite, but this week it's the special of Fight for the Fallen, because proceeds for the house at night were going towards supporting folks who are trying to rebuild in the city of Lahaina in Maui after the devastating Maui wildfires. And folks, like we wish that we had some way to set ourselves up with a charity fundraiser. Maybe we could do that sometime down the road over here. Maybe next Saturday or something. I don't freaking know.
That's a very strong possibility. That's something we will look into. But that
wouldn't it be cool if we did that as like a streamathon, charity stream?
Yes,
that'd be nice, right?
But that being said, also in AEW Fight for the Fallen, there was a lot of promotional material for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, which I'm sure did not overshadow the relief efforts at all. At all! Actually, no, that was a bad...
Like the fuse hit the boom dynamite. Yeah, Crazy, like that is table abuse. If you're gonna break a table, break it right. The Dudley boys would be ashamed.
Right?
Like, listen, Crazy, no disrespect, but... As Bully Ray over here had said, if he just shows up on NXT or at AEW, they'll immediately get 1 million viewers without a problem, automatically.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Because everybody in the world is clamoring for more Bubba Ray Dudley.
Idiot.
That was probably one of the most tone-deaf shits I've ever heard him say in my life.
Yeah, well,
and
shows
he's not the kind of guy that I would expect to be tone-deaf on anything.
Yeah, I know. I mean... Well, that tells you where Bully Ray's head is at. So, the show opens up with a one-on-one match to open up the show, and it is for the AEW International Championship. Two former best friends are now better rivals, as Wheeler Yuta, representing the Blackpool Combat Club, goes one-on-one against the defending champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you.
Mr. Geek Me Out made his way into the chat over here. Thank you, Mr. Geek Me Out, for joining. Do you think of the Nasty Boys will be in the WWE Hall of Fame in the future?
Brian Knobbs in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. No.
I thought they already were.
No, I don't think so.
What?
But, I don't know. But that being said, getting back to the match, you know something, Juancho? You might, if we keep doing this gag, depending on how long Orange Cassidy's going to be champion, you might want to tape up your hand because the wear and tear is showing a lot. Orange Cassidy has been wearing more injured bandages all over his lower back, his upper back. His right hand is taped up, so he hasn't been using the Orange Punch as much because of the sustained injuries that he's had defending the title every week on Dynamite. And unfortunately, the injuries are coming to play during this match with Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta overwhelming Orange Cassidy.
There we go.
Did we just glitch there?
Yeah, no, a little bit.
Okay, so Wheeler Yuta overwhelming Orange Cassidy with a lot of wrestling prowess, like with a bunch of takedowns, arm drags. Both of these guys start by showing each other up. 1 for 1 arm drags and takedowns, all that stuff. And then we get to the actual fight. Wheeler Yuta obliterating Orange Cassidy with a suicide dive through the ropes, and then hitting Orange Cassidy with a pile driver on the entrance ramp before rolling him back into the ring.
Why?
Because brutality and shit.
You know, one would think that Tony Khan would insist that the rest of the performers treat his mascot / pet wrestler action figure a little bit more carefully, considering that he puts him on TV every single week.
Exactly. And Orange Cassidy
always
is also
opening the show and always winning the damn matches. Also, Sequoia is in the chat over on our Kick stream. Thank you for joining us, Sequoia. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. It says, dude's name is Orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude's name is Orange Cassidy.
I wish that we were making that up.
Same. And that being said, and also Orange Cassidy's pulling double duty. He's not only wrestling, but he's also helping backstage as one of the road agents for AEW.
Yeah, because Bret Hart shouldn't be considered, but Orange Cassidy should.
I don't get it.
I do. Tony Khan's a moron.
But of course, and then during the and as we get back from commercial break, from picture in picture, Wheeler Yuta has control.
So you can't have any interruption when Orange Cassidy's on.
Yeah,
he's the heart of the franchise.
Oh no, trust me, the picture in picture comes to play a lot in this in the show.
Hey.
Wheeler Yuta was able to gain control, was able to keep control on Orange Cassidy with members of the Blackpool Combat Club at ringside. Claudio Castagnoli, the Ring of Honor World Champion, and the Death Rider Jon Moxley waiting to strike. Wheeler Yuta was able to, Orange Cassidy was able to fight back, but Wheeler Yuta hit his signature like mousetrap pin. Like it's called like a seatbelt pin. It's really hard for me to describe it, but it looks so cool. Orange Cassidy was able to reverse it. Wheeler Yuta countered the beach break, but then Orange Cassidy was able to sit right on him and roll him up to pin and retain. Your winner, and still the AEW International Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Now, remember, you're injured. You're hurt. You got to show that you're hurt. You got to struggle. You got to struggle, man. Thank you. You tried. Oh, and Kulisa T. Rando-san, it's funny that you mentioned that because
She's mentioning over here a future Pure 6 brawl regarding Moxley. Maybe.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because shortly after the victory, the Blackpool Combat Club, you guessed it, came in and put the beat down on the champ.
For no reason other than they can.
Yeah, no, trust me, I'm not gonna bother with screenshots. Fuck that shit. And then the Lucha Brothers, Penta Cero Miedo and Rey Fenix came in for the save, but the numbers were too much against them. And then out comes Eddie Kingston, the Mad King, has returned to AEW.
Yay! I kind of like him. Where the hell has he been?
I don't know. He's been gone for a while. He hasn't been seen since Blood and Guts.
Was he on television anywhere?
No clue. I don't know. Maybe he took some time off.
Yeah, maybe he took some time off. He said something about like being on somewhere called Ring of Honor.
Ha!
But like that can't happen because I haven't seen any TV on them.
You dork.
If it doesn't have a television deal, it doesn't exist, Tony. What the fuck?
And yes, we ended up getting a Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6 brawl.
Why didn't we get any screenshots of any of this,
Because I don't feel like putting in that much work. I told you, fuck that shit. Anyways, so Eddie Kingston got a mic and cut a promo, and he has challenged the Blackpool Combat Club to a 6-on-6 encounter at All In. And not just a regular encounter, the return of the Stadium Stampede.
What?
That's right. Eddie Kingston, the Lucha Brothers, and the best friends, Trent, Chuck, and Orange Cassidy, versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta, Jon Moxley, and Claudio, and 3 other opponents of their choosing. 6-on-6 Stadium Stampede.
I have no words.
I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Because
you know what it is? It's simple. It's called, they booked the idea of All In, and now they realize, oh, hey, wait a minute. We should probably have wrestling matches in here. Let's just load up one match with 12 men and hope to God nobody realizes that we didn't plan this shit out, even though we've been at this for 4 years now. I'm fucking tired of the way they booked this shit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Next match, come on.
All right. Now, this next match, I don't care what anyone says because this one is entertaining as fuck. I laughed my ass off.
No.
Yes, it is the Texas Chainsaw Death Match. Because we're
Chainsaw Massacre Death Match.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Death Match. We're leveling up here in Nashville, Tennessee, on Fight for the Fallen in celebration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. It is the Battle of the Jeffs WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett versus a former WWE World Champion Jeff Hardy.
What?
Oh, man.
Okay, Jeff Jarrett is clearly in it for the paycheck. Jeff Hardy is clearly in it because he wants to die in the ring. This match has the Texas Chainsaw Massacre splayed all the fuck over it. And I just can't with these people. I literally cannot with this goddamn
And this is why I don't grab a lot of
ridiculousness
screenshots, because if I did it for that, I have to do it for this.
No, listen. Okay, they did the damn thing with HBO Max being debuted and with them having the Mortal Kombat movie on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one, and that was dumb because that was when the Young Bucks killed themselves to me forever.
And they also did it with House of the Dragon.
Yeah, the House of the Dragon match, the Dragons celebrating the dragons, because he had the American Dragon, Brian Danielson
versus the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia, with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
With Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as special guest enforcer, dragoning the dragons.
Yep, they also did it for Shark Week, not just last year, but this year too.
Right, wasn't it the Jericho Appreciation Society in a gigantic shark cage? That there's no way that they could get out of the cage.
That was last year.
So they just slid out?
That was last year. And this year they brought in a shark mascot to mess with Taz, which I thought it was funny.
And it wasn't even Shark Boy?
No, Juan, no, of course not. And, Juancho, let's not forget Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
No.
And we all know how well that did at the box office.
Just talk about the fucking
All right. So, Jeff Hardy came down to the ring first, but then he immediately went over to the backstage because he thought something was not right. And it
wasn't extreme enough. It wasn't as daring enough, as artistic enough for him.
Actually, the entire ring was gimmicked. There was a bunch of weapons already laid out. There was a table propped up on each corner of the ring. Jeff Hardy went backstage, and he was ambushed by Jeff Jarrett and his TNA friends, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, and his wife, Karen Jarrett.
You know, the one that cheated on Kurt Angle with Jeff Hardy.
That was a long time ago, Juan.
I'm not gonna let that live that down. I despise cheaters.
I know.
I honestly have no fucking respect for people who cheat on each other, on their spouse or their significant other.
It is scummy.
It's fucking scummy.
But getting back to the match, so yeah, no,
there's a match.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it that, Jeff Hardy was being outnumbered, and it looks like things were going very dire until out comes Jeff Hardy's friends, Matt Hardy and Ethan Page and Isaiah Cassidy from Private Party to even the odds, with Matt Hardy dumping a bucket of blood on Karen Jarrett.
No, it was mainly on Jeff and a little splash on Jeff, and then his little splash. Who threw the fucking selfie thumbs up in front of them? Was that
Isaiah?
It was Isaiah Cassidy?
It was Isaiah Cassidy.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. And then through picture-in-picture, we just saw, like, Karen Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett and friends, like, trying to navigate through the halls to get back into the ring. And then opening the doors, I swear, it looked like the Undertaker was going to come through because there was, like, a light beaming through the door with smoke, with dry ice. And it ended up being Jeff Jarrett's other crony, Sanjay Dutt, with a cowboy hat on.
What?
To join it in the brawl.
What the fuck is Sanjay Dutt doing dressed up like Jeff Jarrett, coming out, scaring the shit out of Jeff Jarrett and his wife Karen, the cheating hoe, and came out to help them?
Yeah, he comes out to help them to beat up Jeff Hardy, and they kept on brawling until eventually they made it back into the ring. The Hardy Party were brawling with Team TNA, while Jeff Hardy kept his attention on Jeff Jarrett, and things were going dire for Jeff Hardy. Karen Jarrett hands over Jeff the guitar, getting ready to lay El Kabong on him, and it was special. And the back of the guitar was specially designed specifically for Jeff. It has Jeff's face paint written all over it.
Gross.
Yep, Jeff Jarrett was able to counter it and hit Jeff Jarrett with the El Kabong before putting him through the table with the Swanton Bomb. And and then things were looking a little things were trending upward for Jeff Hardy until we get the surprise appearance. I kid you not. It's not a wrestler.
It's RoboCop!
You're close, but no.
It's the Kiss Demon, Dale Torborg!
No, not him.
It's Chucky!
No, and before you ask,
It's the Muppets!
No, and before you ask, it's not the Shockmaster either. Neither. It is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with chainsaw in hand to scare the shit out of Karen Jarrett out of the arena.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, this couldn't be hokier and cornier.
This broke me.
This was so fucking stupid. Why? I have no fucking words. I wish I did. What the fuck, man? They had some fucking dude come out as Leatherface?
Yes. Yes. He scared the shit out of Karen Jarrett, sending her away, and that distraction was enough for Satnam Singh to creep up behind Jeff Hardy to chokeslam Jeff Hardy in the middle of the ring, and for Jeff Jarrett to pin him to win. Your winner, Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, what the fuck?
Oh no, and the celebration, no, and it didn't stop there because Jeff Jarrett was, hey Juan, remember how much you said you loved the FTW title? And the $1 million title?
What about it?
Jeff Jarrett was given a custom Texas Chainsaw Massacre Heavyweight Championship. I wish I had the picture because it looks silly and stupid, but if you Google search it, it's real. I am not kidding.
Oh, god damn it.
Just type in Texas Chainsaw title AEW or something. I don't know.
I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hate you.
There it is! There it is! No, bottom one. It's a better shot. Oh, right there. Right there.
Okay, I'm gonna freaking pull this up.
Bear with us, folks, because this is funny as shit. Oh my god. We talked last week about our opinions when it comes to outlaw titles. When done right, it's done right. When done wrong, it's, well,
Done fucking wrong.
Done fucking wrong. Insert Juan's rant here. And this is Jeff Jarrett holding the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Championship with Leatherface on the front plate.
Why?
Oh my!
Get out of that get out of the shot, Sanjay Dutt. Nobody invited you here.
Oh my god! I can't.
I have no fucking words. Okay, Jeff Jarrett looks like he dunked his head in a gigantic vat of Kool-Aid mix. Not actual Kool-Aid, just the mix, the powder. So it's all in his fucking hair. It stained his face where he's like 57 years old or whatever the fuck. I don't know how old he is.
He's 56.
Oh, I was close. Cool.
Yeah.
The point is, this shit makes no sense. Neither does this corny ass, dumbass, ass of a championship belt. This was clearly slapdashed. This was clearly not giving a fuck. This was clearly just made as a really hokey promotion.
It seems like
I hate every minute of it.
I think what it is that it's AEW's response to WWE's Slim Jim Battle Royal from SummerSlam and giving LA Knight the endorsement.
What the shit?
I could be wrong.
What, is Jeff Jarrett in the commercial for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? Is Jeff Harvey in the game on there as like an unlockable character? You know, Leatherface could just fucking show up in Dead by Daylight, and that would be all you need.
Oh my god.
Wait, wasn't he in Dead by Daylight?
Who?
Leatherface.
Yes, he was.
You see what I fucking mean?
But that being said, okay, Juancho, I think we're missing the positives here. The positives here is, number one, Jeff's sober. Number two...
Is he?
Well...
Is he really fucking sober?
Well, otherwise AEW would not allow him to wrestle. And number two...
You sure that he wouldn't be fucking faking it somehow? And that he didn't do this fucking match? This goddamn match?
Okay,
sober?
But number two, Jeff Hardy did not leap off of anything too high and try to kill himself.
This time. That's because he knows that he has a paycheck hanging in the balance.
But I don't give a shit. I was entertained. This shit made me laugh.
I'm just gonna freaking eat a marshmallow and just screw this.
There you go, man. Eat your marshmallow. Contain your rage with your marshmallow of delight.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jose.
But don't worry, Juan. Maybe this will turn your frown upside down because we have another video segment featuring MJF, the AEW World Champion, and Adam Cole, baby, and how they're going to strategize against the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions Aussie Open at All In Wembley Stadium, London, England. And MJF figured the best way to strategize is to hit him where it hurts. Outback Steakhouse.
I hope this is a paid promotion. Oh, I get it. Because they're facing Aussie Open. Let's go to Outback Steakhouse and we'll just ingratiate ourselves to Australian cuisine in order to figure out how to beat the Australian tag team.
Oh, yes. Both of these guys go in there to try to strategize, and oh, wow, the blooming onion, man. That is very tasty.
Oh, of course it is.
I love it. I love the blooming
onion.
onion.
Who doesn't like the blooming onions?
I know. It's one of the cornerstones of Outback. It's amazing.
All right, so what? These guys split one? They order one each?
Yeah, they order one. They have a really good time. Adams Cole's face says it all.
Good God, what the shit, Adam Cole? Baby, what the hell, man?
Oh my God. We're going to spend a while talking about this video because this is some dumb shit. But no, this was a lot of fun. And MJF as he was looking in the menu, he took a glance 1 second at this awesome art picture of the kangaroo boxing with a random dude.
So what is MJF now thinking, maybe I can prove to everyone how much better I am if I fight a goddamn kangaroo. What?
You're almost there, Juan.
Wait, what? I was joking.
You're almost there. I'm going to get to
joking.
it. I'm going to get to it. So after they failed to think of any ideas inside Outback Steakhouse because, man, those blooming onions are hard to ignore, we then see Adam Cole and MJF backstage following the restaurant, and they're trying to brainstorm ideas on how they can triumph over the tag champions. Adam Cole offering that they watch a double feature of the Crocodile Hunter 1 and 2.
The Crocodile, don't you mean Crocodile Dundee?
Crocodile Dundee's 1 and 2. And then MJF I didn't have the picture of it, but MJF was blown away because he saw video footage of like something from like Animal Planet of kangaroos fighting each other. And MJF was thinking of using a signature move, the kangaroo kick.
What the fuck?
I'm going to see if I can try to emulate it. Hey,
no, don't. I had to freaking take your ass to the hospital Monday. Don't you freaking start with me.
Tuesday.
Even worse.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do the kangaroo kick, but after a bunch of back and forth stupidity from the two, they thought of an even better idea. They set up everything as if they're hunting crocodiles. There's a crocodile plushie right there on a kiddie pool.
My God. What the fuck, guys? Oh.
With some random like AEW backstage staff guy walking by, and he's like mad because somebody set this up like a kiddie pool and a crocodile. Are you kidding me? On my floor? And then
who the hell's gonna be mad about the floor, dude? Shut up.
Yeah, no. And then they got the gears turning for Adam Cole, baby, and MJF sporting the crocodile hunting hats, and they decided to lay out the dude with, you guessed it, a double clothesline.
God damn it.
Yep, the last look on the dude's eyes was absolute disbelief. Yeah, I think I sent you a screenshot.
Is there one?
Yeah, go ahead and find it.
Double check.
Yeah.
Is there one? Oh God, there is.
Yep, that's the last look on the dude's face before they double clotheslined him, and
Is that Chris Hero?
No, I think that's Chris Hero. Maybe. I don't know. No. But the point is, they double clotheslined him, and he went crashing through the kiddie pool. But that didn't sit well with a certain booger sugar daddy, the AEW CEO, Tony Khan. Because now, folks, for the first time ever, we've seen awkward. You ruined the joke. You ruined the build. You don't give a shit.
Did I?
Yes,
really?
you did.
All I did was show his name. Here you go.
All right. Now, folks, get ready. Because you've seen awkward Tony Khan. We've seen happy Tony Khan. We've seen trying to big league Tony Khan. But now we get to see angry, pissed off Tony Khan behind closed doors.
He did not sound angry at all. He was just loud. He was just fucking loud.
It sounded like he was chastising Adam Cole and MJF, like, no double clothesline on this floor. When people are working, you keep it in the ring, all right? Or whatever.
How is he this bad? Apparently, this was what he was doing instead of having sex with women because he was a rich little boy. What the fuck? And he couldn't even do it right!
Why do you attack
I can fucking cut a promo better! Listen to me, you idiots! I don't care if you're my AEW World Champion. I don't care if you're the hottest tag team in our entire roster. You don't go around attacking random people backstage! You want to fight people? You want to throw double clotheslines? I don't care what you do in your spare time, but you keep the physicality in the ring! You touch anyone outside the ring, and I will have your heads on a fucking platter! Do you hear me? Now get out of my office before I really get upset! There! Take a fucking note, Tony Khan. That's how you fucking act as if you're actually angry. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to emote. He doesn't know how to fucking convey shit.
Oh no. But the segment ends with MJF. They both leave the office, and MJF's like talking shit, like, "Oh yeah, wait till 2024 arrives when my contract is up." And then MJF goes up to then Tony Khan goes up to MJF's face. He's like, "What did you say?" Nothing. Okay, great. And then he goes back to his normal happy Tony Khanerism. Like, "Great guys, hey, you guys are great, awesome, have fun." Like, he just switched off from awkward, angry to back to his happy Tony
his
Khan.
Awkward, coked down, happy boy. No. I don't believe him in any way, shape, or fucking form.
You have to try to be this weird. This awkward. You actually have to put effort into it, Juan.
Are you trying to say that he's acting poorly on purpose?
I don't know if this is on purpose. I don't even know what Tony Khan is.
I do. A shitty actor, a shitty businessman, and a shitty promoter. That's what he is. It's that fucking simple.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I was just more entertaining with MJF and Adam Cole shenanigans above everything else. But the fun continued in the ring because we get an in-ring segment of MJF and Adam Cole, baby, as they cut a promo not just on the Aussie Open for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, but also on each other for their inevitable encounter at All In.
So they take this time to actually go ahead and discuss the fact that they're going to face each other at All In for this stuff.
Yep, Adam Cole took his. They both, and just like Wesley and Carmelo Hayes, they both cut compelling promo segments against each other. Adam Cole saying how his last concussion kept him away from wrestling for a long time, and the doctors warned him that he wouldn't be able to wrestle again, and how Adam Cole had to overcome the odds, overcome the doubts, overcome his own setbacks to finally lace up his boots and to challenge MJF for the AEW World Title at All In, and he's all excited for it. And MJF told a compelling story too, that he was cutting his teeth in the independents before he was called up to wrestle at the independent wrestling pay-per-view event All In, and he was called up by none other than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, so they mentioned Cody over here, did they?
Yes, they did. And MJF mentioned that two of his fantasy matches would be against his friend Cody Rhodes and Adam Cole, baby, and that he was going to win the main event, and that he mentioned that the main event wasn't his dream. His dream is the Triple B. His AEW World Title, the Big Burly Belt. That's what he calls it, the Triple B.
Burberry Belt.
The Big Burberry Belt. Whatever.
There you go. So, yeah, okay. So, awesome. They're just cutting a promo on each other in a friendly manner in order to hype the match that they're having at All In for their AEW World Championship.
Yep, and matches, because remember, they have a tag match at the 0 hour. And speaking of tag matches, the Ring of Honor World Tag Champions Aussie Open went to ambush MJF and Adam Cole, baby, but the baby faces got the better of the tag team. Yeah. So, great video package, great promo segment. Once again, Adam Cole and MJF is the best number one storyline they have right now in AEW.
The no notes, they're doing all right. I got no issues.
Except for Tony Khan, because come on, man.
Except for goddamn Tony Khan.
I actually want to see Tony Khan's facials as he's angry. Don't you? Aren't you curious?
Why the hell do you think I keep insulting his virginity?
But what does his virginity have to do with his place in wrestling?
He's a sexless virgin.
Okay, but how's that have any bearing on his...
Because the motherfucker doesn't know how to do anything, not even do it properly, because he hasn't gotten his dick wet. There, you happy? You need me to spell these out? You actually need me to explain my thought process? He's a coked out dweeb who doesn't know how to fucking run his company, who hasn't known the touch of a woman a day in his life, who has been basically raised his whole life because he's like to believe that he's daddy's special boy. So his daddy helped him buy a wrestling company, build it out from scratch, is getting bilked by 3 dipshits, have a whole bunch of folks who are taking advantage of this poor dumb fuck, and to top it all off, this guy surrounds himself with circle jerkers who are praising his every single wet, stinky fart when he clearly doesn't know the first thing about how to book a professional wrestling match to save his life, despite the fact that was all he ever did in high school and in college instead of getting laid! You need me to explain this to you?
Okay,
Fucking pay attention when I say shit!
All right.
God damn it!
Then again, to be fair, Vince McMahon got laid who knows how many times? And he's no better.
Except, he's actually built it out from scratch, but what do I know?
Okay, fair enough. All right, now we get to the match of the night.
Case in fucking point.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hey, Juan, remember that 2 weeks of awesome build of the women's division where the women's wrestling was the main event for Dynamite for all of 2 weeks?
What?
Yeah, exactly. This is another one of those one-on-one matches, the Eliminator matches. Whoever wins gets to participate in the Fatal 4-Way match at All In for the AEW Women's World Title. And it is the Bunny...
Allie the Bunny,
one of my favorites, versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Britt Baker won, but let's see how this worked out. Come on.
Well, this match was, keeping true to AEW fashion, this match actually didn't take very long. It went through a picture-in-picture commercial break. The Bunny was dominating, but this match felt very clunky. It felt like on the same clunky level as Dr. Britt Baker versus Taya Valkyrie. I don't know if this is because Dr. Britt Baker is working through an injury right now that's putting a ceiling on what she can do in the ring, or... I don't know what other explanation to give, but
not to say that we're diminishing anything from the work. Obviously, it takes a lot of balls, it takes a lot of brass tit in order to be able to work through injury. So props to Britt Baker for putting the effort in. Be that as it may, the point still stands. There's got to be a point where you got to actually fucking take it easy on yourself. It's not as if Tony Khan won't pay you for you to sit on your ass and relax. You'll get that chance. And I know it's more a matter of wanting to prove something to yourself to be able to work through that injury, but come the fuck on, please. For your health's sake. Britt Baker, what the hell?
That being said, after and Dr. Britt Baker mounts a comeback. They both exchange kicks. Dr. Britt Baker getting the better end, hitting the super kick on the Bunny, only getting a 2 count. But then Dr. Britt Baker pulls out the glove, and it's time to lock in the lockjaw. But the Bunny's friend, Penelope Ford, who's at ringside, she was getting involved with shenanigans, and she stole the glove from Dr. Britt Baker.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Britt Baker didn't like that, but that didn't stop her because she then laid out the Bunny with another one of her signature moves to pin and advance. Your winner, predictably, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
You see, the moment you mentioned who was in this match and what the stakes were, I could tell you who won it. It really doesn't matter how they won it, but there has to be a freaking point to it. Like, you have to actually build it against people in a way that makes it make a difference with each other.
I guess it's okay now. I guess it's okay to not put the women's match as the main event attraction because there's not a lot of people yelling on Twitter right now, right?
Oh, there's still people yelling on Twitter.
Oh, I know. Tony Khan does not.
Hip hop. I need a doctor. Eddie, what's up, dog? Yeah, thank you for that, Matthew Coburn.
Thank you, Matthew Coburn. That was pretty awesome. That being said, I don't know if we still have the picture of the fan sign. Book the women's division better.
I wish.
Oh man, because I was gonna pull that back up because, come on, Tony, come on, dude.
For crying out loud, he's not gonna do it. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to interact with women. He's never known the touch of a woman. How could he understand? He doesn't know how to relate.
Oh my god.
To him, they're just action figures.
Unfortunately, yes. But as bad as that match was, we get a segment that nobody asked for, save for the man save for the man who's in the segment. It is the Ocho, Chris Jericho, and he's about to give his decision of whether or not he's going to team up with Don Callis and his family. And boy, oh boy, and in classic fashion, the fans of Nashville, Tennessee booed the fuck out of Don Callis, rightfully so. And then Chris Jericho came down to the ring, and both of these guys had an exchange of words. Jericho made it very clear that he doesn't join factions; he creates factions. But then in the surprise turn, he knows where the money is at, and he ultimately decides that he is going to join Don Callis' family. So everything was going right. They were going to celebrate. They were going to drink it up and leave the ring. But then Jericho notices that there's a certain picture that was covered underneath a black curtain. Like, hey, what's that picture over there? Don Callis was trying to keep him from looking at it. Like, no, Chris, it's okay. And then Jericho pulls it off. I don't have a picture of it because I can only handle too much stupid on my programming. It's an art picture of Don Callis with Jericho's head severed from his body.
Excuse me?
Don Callis is holding Chris Jericho's head in this
painting.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck was Jericho gonna say?
I don't know. Like, Jericho then looked at Don Callis like, what the hell is this? Why did you do that, huh? Did you think I wasn't going to say yes? To which Don Callis actually replied, like, after, flubbing his words and trying to bullshit, because, Don Callis is definitely the master of bullshitting.
For instance, he's been bullshitting Tony Khan into believing that he has value in the professional wrestling business. But what do we know? Yeah, no.
Don Callis told Jericho that, he didn't think that he was going to join because Jericho has too big of a freaking ego to even consider it, or whatever the hell the excuse is. The whole segment fell apart, and then Jericho was ambushed by Konosuke Takeshita, and he was ambushed, I kid you not, from the leader of the United Empire, the IWGP United States Champion, Will Ospreay.
What?
I don't get it either.
I don't fucking get it either.
But in a backstage segment, Jericho sets up a one-on-one match. Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay at All In.
You see what I mean? This is exactly what I told you. These guys are they don't fucking plan their shit out. They just go with the idea like, hey, let's book this entire gigantic stadium without having any matches ready, and let's just crap them all out at the last second.
Oh yeah, I forgot to point out that that during the beatdown, Sammy Guevara came by to save by Jericho, and this whole segment was just awful. It was completely awful, only to serve Jericho, and it only made Sammy Guevara look sick and banana to the main star.
Oh my Lord in heaven! I cannot. I just.
It was bad. It was fucking bad.
It was that is. So
Nobody
stupid.
asked for this.
It was so stupid. I don't get it. I have no idea what Jericho's even doing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, Jericho, please.
Take a break, dude.
Like, dude, we love your body of work up until the last 5 years or so. Just stop.
Yeah.
We're asking nicely.
Yeah, take a break. Don't you have a rock band? Aren't you performing? Don't you have any?
Please, Jericho, please. I'll promise to start buying your merch again if you could stop this horse shit.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
That's never going to fucking happen.
But now we get to the main event, folks. And man, this match was weirdly booked because that should have been in the middle of the card instead of the main event. It's a tag match, player.
Holla, holla!
The team of... Yep, featuring the teams of The Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn representing Bullet Club Gold versus your boys representing the Elite, the Young Bucks.
I'm stepping away now. Screw you.
Oh, God.
He thinks I'm kidding. I'm not fucking kidding.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Damn it. I pissed him off. Oh, my God.
I stepped away because I don't want to be pissed off. I stepped away so that I don't have to be pissed off. All right? Cool?
Cool.
Cool. So cool.
All right.
Call me when the Bucks are gone.
All right. So, and the match started immediately. Like, the Guns were making their entrance poses to mock the Young Bucks, and then they were ambushed by a series of super kicks by the Young Bucks, classic baby faces. They brawled at ringside until the Guns were able to regain control, rolled the Young Bucks back into the ring, and the bell rang. So, yeah, a typical Young Bucks faction, yeah, there was a lot of monkey spot, like crazy spots, super kicks, and okay. As far as their in-ring ability, I'm not going to take that away from the Young Bucks. Yes, they could wrestle. They're incredibly acrobatic for their size. Especially Matt Jackson. He was able to maneuver around the ropes and was able to rebound and hit one of his signature moves. I thought that, like, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I thought that was like one of the most athletic things I've seen in wrestling. But yeah, after some more back and forth action, the Young Bucks were able to get the win against the Guns, predictably. And then after the match, the Young Bucks were being ambushed by not just the Guns, but also by other members of Bullet Club Gold, Switchblade Jay White and Juice Robinson. Yeah, that's where the Young Bucks were saved by their opponents, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR. FTR ran down and saved them for Bullet Club Gold, and the entire program ends with FTR and the Young Bucks having a stare down. Both of these men will collide for the AEW World Tag Team titles at All In on Sunday, August 27th. And that pretty much closes it for AEW Fight for the Fallen. Juan, you may return.
I can fucking come back now?
Yes, you can.
Great. Okay. Waste of my goddamn Wednesday.
Thursday,
whatever!
Okay.
Fuck, man, Jesse Eisenberg. Like, all right, hi there, Aaron Cooper. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. We appreciate you here. Yeah, no, the fucking Young Fucks. You don't understand. You said that this match should deserve to be more along the
middle of the show instead of the main event.
This is a TV special of AEW Dynamite, and the people deserve to see the greatest tag teams of all time.
Oh shit! I just realized.
Because it's not all elite wrestling without the elite.
That's not it, Juan.
How many Wayward Sons got to carry on?
No, Juan, that's not it. I just realized something.
What?
This is the second AEW Fight for the Fallen that the Young Bucks main evented. The first one was a pay-per-view event in 2019 where they beat Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes.
Why am I not surprised?
God damn it!
You say this shit like you're surprised.
It just came to my mind right now.
You say like you say this shit like it's surprising. This is par for the course. This is their textbook.
I know, this is them tickling each other, yes.
They're tickling their taints. This is them masturbating in front of a live crowd and televised on network television. Now, FTR, they'll do whatever work they can because they're proper, actual fucking working professionals. They don't give a damn. They've had their title run and they've earned it, and they actually did work hard enough. But now that fucking Matt and Nick Jackson can't avoid the spotlight of the tag team championships anymore because the trios championship isn't in their hands because they're so nice. They have to make sure that everyone else has a shot at being a trios champion. But they feel so horribly empty and naked without some sort of championship gold around their waist. Why don't they go ahead and make themselves a whole trios worth of FTW title style belts for themselves so they could just masturbate for 2 hours straight wearing those belts? It'll be like that Playgirl cover magazine article that Shawn Michaels posed for, except done unironically.
That's a good one. Or just get another series of belts to promote the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video.
No.
Actually, no, Juan, speaking of FTW, a minor thing before I move on. Apparently, Jack Perry is going to be retiring the FTW title next week.
Good. It was meaningless, pointless, wasn't recognized by any promotion, and it doesn't actually mean anything, so fuck them.
All right, well then, let's go ahead and close the book on Fight for the Fallen, and let's move on to this week's edition of...
guys, I have no issue with there being a fundraiser for helping the victims of the Maui wildfires in Lahaina.
It's everything else that's ridiculous.
It's the stupidity that AEW throws at us and expects us to swallow.
Yeah, Chris Jericho and his booking, the Elite and their booking, the oversaturation of like advertisements of all this stuff that's Warner Media Discovery is promoting. I mean, the argument can be made that AEW kind of backed themselves into a corner with this deal, and they have to adhere to the wishes of Warner Media Discovery.
Let's not forget the mascot Orange Cassidy winning all the time.
Oh yeah, that too. Thank you. But you know what? That's fine. We're done with Fight for the Fallen Juan. Let's move on to Impact Wrestling.
Sure thing.
All right. Impact Wrestling starts off with the Knockouts getting in the ring.
Hot damn.
As La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, goes one-on-one against Kylan King, representing the Coven.
All right, so the Virtuosa going up against one of the redheaded, evil, witchy chicks of Impact. Okay,
yes,
cool.
The witchy women of Canada.
Yes, Canadian witches. Those are cool, except when they're assholes, because these are the actual witchy women that we like over here, but that's not important right now.
But the actual asshole ones are not Canadian, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. But that's not important right now.
That's not important. But getting back to it. So, yeah, it is technique versus strength. And Kylan King definitely used her strength to match up against Deonna Purrazzo. Great standard one-on-one action between both of them. And Kylan King's tag partner, Taylor Wilde, was also at ringside getting involved whenever the situation presents itself. Or, whenever the ref is inept.
So often?
Often, yeah.
Go figure.
But that did not impede La Virtuosa. La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, was able to wrestle circles around Kylan King before eventually putting her down with her finishing move, the Fujiwara armbar, locking both arms in for the definitive submission to get the win. Your winner by submission, Deonna Purrazzo.
Hot shit. Well, that's just freaking standard over here. I mean, for crying out loud, Deonna Purrazzo has technique above everybody else in terms of the knockouts division. She's got that shit down to a science.
Indeed, and further to the point, this helps build Deonna Purrazzo's momentum heading into the next pay-per-view event, Emergence, when she competes for the Knockouts World Title against Trinity in their second encounter.
All right, so yeah, this is a nice win under Deonna Purrazzo's belt as she's making her way back towards the Knockouts World Championship.
Yes, and now let's talk about the exciting match because the Knockouts action does not stop. And this is more exciting than any of the other matches that Impact Wrestling had on the card. It is a triple threat Knockouts match featuring Jessica representing the Death Dolls, Savannah Evans representing her team with Giselle Shaw, and Killer Kelly representing MK Ultra.
Okay, so we've got a triple threat match, a three-way dance here, and each one of these ladies as tag partner / manager / teammate are at ringside. So this had all the elements of, and you even had enough participants for a Pier 6 Brawl?
A Pier 6 Brawl. Oh.
Pier 6 Brawl! Pier 6 Brawl! Pier 6 Brawl! Tell me. Okay, all right. Tell me about the match.
First, let's start with the match. The match starts off with a
stick. Did I get a Pier 6 Brawl?
No, calm down, Juan. So Jessica and Savannah start things off by having a stare down contest between each other, and they're shoving Killer Kelly out of the way. And even Jessica Havoc even cracked a joke at Killer Kelly, saying, "I'm sorry, you got to be this tall to fight. Take a hike," and just shoves her off.
What? Because Killer Kelly's mini?
Yes.
Compared to Savannah Evans and Jessica Havoc.
Yes.
Ouch!
Yeah, no, and then
short jokes among women.
But don't worry.
That shit hurts, man.
But don't worry. Killer Kelly certainly got their attention because she went straight to the top turnbuckle and laid out both competitors with a flying crossbody, leveling Jessica and Savannah in the middle of the ring. And the match went underway. Lots of fun spots, lots of ringside tomfoolery from their respectable tag partners. And like I said, like there was a big hoss action between Savannah Evans and Jessica Havoc, and Killer Kelly trying to work with both of these juggernauts. No pun intended, of course. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, I'm so glad that they stopped saying it. It's so stupid. And yet, despite the odds stacked against her, despite the size advantages, Killer Kelly was able to prevail, and she was able to get a victory, pinning Savannah Evans in the middle of the ring after laying out Jessica Havoc. Your winner, Killer Kelly.
Holy crap, you gotta be shitting me.
Yes. All three of these teams will be competing for the Impact Knockouts tag team titles at Emergence. And Killer Kelly, one half of the champions, definitely got the win and definitely got the momentum heading into the pay-per-view event.
Holy shit! So you got to be kidding me. So that I can't believe it. I love it, and of course when it comes to seeing how MK Ultra has been building themselves out with this as the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, it's definitely gonna pay off over here. So yeah,
Hells yeah, and I can't wait. Hey Wancho, you want to know what all three of these competitors have in common? They have an OnlyFans page.
Giggity.
Giggity indeed.
Ow.
But now let's move on.
Okay, do I have to move on? Because this is kind of fun.
Actually, yes, we do need to move on because now we're going to get to something a little bit more compelling, very emotional, even for the Impact Wrestling standards. But considering the stuff that they had on, it's also not surprising. This is a sit-down interview with Tom Phillips talking to Crazy Steve of Decay, and we're now learning a little bit more about Crazy Steve and his upbringing, of how he grew up and how he had to grow up and endure a really, really harsh childhood, because as soon as he was born and brought into this world, his mom was not able to keep up a stable health, and she fell into some vices that really hindered her health until her untimely passing. And yeah, that was very heavy. And as I was watching on my phone, I was seeing the live chat like blow up, like holy shit, like everybody was like reacting to it, like damn, this is one of the heaviest stuffs that they put on the programming. Like we're learning more about Crazy Steve, and he's always just been that crazy guy that you just see in Impact Wrestling. Who and honestly, until now, I just thought that he was just a one-note character on Decay. Like it was an interesting character, but it wasn't going anywhere until now. Like we're learning more about Crazy Steve and his struggles growing up, from his childhood, from enduring the passing of his mother, from the adversity that he faced from all the others entering into the wrestling business, from his debut in Impact Wrestling in 2013 when he was part of the Circus, along with current AEW women's wrestler Rebel.
Holy shit, Rebel, not Reba?
Rebel, not Reba. Yeah, she was part of the Circus too with Crazy Steve in 2013.
That's wild, man.
How's that for a factoid?
Fun factoid.
But yeah, no, this was one of the most compelling interviews I've seen on Impact Wrestling. If you have the chance, I recommend you look it up on YouTube. Sit-down interview with Crazy Steve, Impact Wrestling, and you're going to be moved by a lot of what he said during the interview. Like, it was some very, very compelling stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I was going to put up a segment with Joe Hendry and his friend Yuya as the best segment, but I thought this was more important because this was something that needed to be addressed.
Yeah, no, you're right in this. These kind of important, heartfelt little interview segments that can be produced in pro wrestling. That's the kind of stuff that humanizes people that humanizes a wrestler to the audience.
Absolutely. So, I think this feels similar to how WWF were trying to add layers to the character of Goldust when he made his debut in 1995, and then around the early beginnings of the Attitude Era, they started having more sit-down interviews and trying to build trying to add layers as we get to know about the man behind Goldust.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, they did a good job with this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But watch Impact pop it off.
Oh no!
What happened over here?
Apparently the chat disconnected for a second, but now we reconnected.
Hey, Lisa Boo made her way into the chat.
Hey, Lisa Boo, welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Thank you for joining us, Lisa Boo. We appreciate you here. And I'm actually just refreshing our page to see if that does anything with our with our chat. With our view of the chat, so that shouldn't be a problem.
All right, no worries then. Well, unfortunately, we do have to take things.
There we go.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's get to the match of the night, and it should be hard to mess this up because of the stipulation of this match. But this is a no disqualification match featuring multi-time tag team champion Bully Ray versus Black Taurus, representing Decay.
What?
Okay, so...
Okay, yeah, no, this should be easy. How is this a meh match?
Well, I'll
Okay.
explain why. First of
Please.
all, everything that happened in the match was pretty darn good. Black Taurus was pretty much throwing Bully Ray around like a rag doll and just dominating over him. They brought in a lot of the toys. He hit Bully Ray with steel chairs, garbage cans. He hit Bully Ray with a series of headbutts. Cause dang man, that skull, that helmet, that mask. But then,
Wow.
but then Bully Ray was able to cheat. He was able to gouge Black Taurus in between the mask. Black Taurus was able to fight back against him. And just when it looks like Black Taurus was going to win, then Bully Ray, I kid you not, like this felt like a fart. Because Bully Ray was laid out on the top of a ladder on the floor, like in the middle of the ring. Black Taurus was going to go for his twisting senton splash. Bully Ray ducked out of the way. Black Taurus hit back first onto the ladder, and then Bully Ray was able to roll him up to pin and win. That's where it fell flat. The finish.
I'm sorry, was the match over?
Yes, the match is over. Your winner, Bully Ray.
Okay, what did this prove? Doesn't Bully Ray have a freaking issue with the Time Machine and Josh Alexander? What the hell is he doing? Bubble fucking with Black Taurus and DK.
To make an example out of them. But, oh, Juancho, you're forgetting Bully Ray has other problems, too. Because...
Yeah. Like an overinflated ego when it comes to ratings.
Well, I was going to say PCO popping out of nowhere, but that too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, tell me the PCO didn't pop up out of nowhere.
PCO popped up out of nowhere, a la Undertaker Transport, and Bully Ray...
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Bully Ray tried to put PCO through the table, but PCO is not human as he gets back up and he chases Bully Ray outside of the ring.
Wow. Just chased him out. Freaking Benny Hill shit.
Well, not Benny Hill shit, but yeah. It might as well be Benny Hill shit.
Ay, come on, guys.
Yeah, I know. We none of us like this. We don't like Bully Ray. We don't like PCO. Fuck them both. But now we're going to get the...
I like PCO, but when he's done right. Okay, this is easy enough to understand why. Go ahead.
Yep, the bad segment of the night. We get another one of those vignettes by former NXT Tag Champion Dirty Dango and his partner Alpha Bravo, and they both talk shit about their opponent Jake something. And yeah, it's the same shit as all his other video segments, peeling back the curtain, saying a bunch of shoot stuff.
I hate pro wrestling. Then why the fuck don't you just quit? And what the fuck is Alpha Bravo's point in all this? What is he doing here?
I have no idea.
Nothing. Both these guys have fucking nothing worth a damn. Get out of our screen. If you hate pro wrestling so much, fucking leave. Al Snow and Taz would have taken you both and ground you into a fine paste for this sense of disrespect.
Especially
and I'm
Al
not even talking about storyline wise.
Especially Al Snow. Have you seen his gains lately?
For real, Al Snow is crazy muscular right now. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, no, needless to say that Al Snow is tough enough in his old age.
I walked into that.
Ah!
You know, you're absolutely right about that, Cole.
But that being said, I don't like
Lord.
this video segment at all. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Dirty Dango. This gimmick is not working at all.
What the fuck is this?
Like, buddy,
He
you
needs
had a good
Tyler Breeze back in his life.
Like, buddy, you had a good thing going with your Chippendale gimmick. It was silly, but you had fans liking it.
He doesn't like the fans. He doesn't like pro wrestling. He still hates it. Then why is he still doing all the pro wrestling shit then? Get the fuck out, Dango.
All right. Now it's time to get to the main event, and this is a tag team tournament finals. Whoever wins gets to challenge Subculture for the Impact World Tag Titles at Emergence. And the finalists are the team of Sami Callihan, the Death Machine, and Rich Swann against the Rascals. Zachary Wentz, the former Nash Carter from WWE, and Trey Miguel.
All right, so we covered how this was going to be the match for this week. Now, obviously, you know, Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, they're not an official team, but they do gel with each other. Whereas the Rascals, they've been working with each other for forever and a day. They know how each other operate.
Oh yeah,
and obviously they're not above cheating to win.
No, they're not above cheating to win, and they've been and the Rascals has been a thing in Impact Wrestling since 2019 or 2018. But hey, they have never, ever captured the Impact World Tag Team titles. Ever.
Never.
Well, they've never captured Tag Team Gold, except for Zachary Wentz. I mean, he's a former NXT Tag Champion, but who's counting?
I am. No, you're not.
By the way, funny little detour. I like how Wesley mentioned that he started off as a tag team wrestler and that he won Tag Team Gold before his tag partner left. I like how he went that far because WWE pretty much omitted that part of history.
What's his face?
Of Zachary Wentz.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy was fired for dressing like a Nazi. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But that being said, as stupid as that is, this match was actually pretty solid. Great back and forth action. The Rascals, they specialize, like Juan says, they're high flyers and they cheat to win, and they're not ashamed of doing so.
Holy shit! So let's see how this match turned out. Go on, Jose.
Oh yeah, no. The Rascals were able to gain control. They were working over Rich Swann as part of their divide and conquer tactics. And then as Sami Callihan got in the tag, and both these guys continued to wrestle in the ring and at ringside. And there's this really cool spot in the middle of the match where all four of the competitors were in the middle of the ring. They were exchanging strikes, and eventually they all kicked each other over the head simultaneously, and we got, for the first time ever, not a double down, not a triple down, but a quadruple down. All four men simultaneously falling in the middle of the ring.
What the shit?
That was cool.
It doesn't sound cool. It sounds kind of weird.
Well, no, because in wrestling, you always see how two competitors knock each other out with double clotheslines or double kicks or double punches. But this time we get four guys knocking each other out. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happened before in wrestling, but it's a first for me covering it on Wrestle Rewind.
All right. Well, I guess if it looked cool, and how many people actually popped for that?
Oh, no. The fans of the Chicago crowd in the Cicero Center, they loved it. They loved all of it. So getting back to it, Rich Swann and Sami Callihan were able to regain momentum. The Rascals were trying to go for a tag team move on Rich Swann. Sami Callihan pushed Zachary Wentz off the ring, and yeah, no, it looks like things were going to work in their favor. But then the Rascals, once again cheating to win, were able to sneak a win over the team with Trey Miguel pinning Sami Callihan in the middle of the ring. Your winners and advancing to emergence. MSK. Wait, I'm sorry. It's Impact. The Rascals.
God almighty. All right, so yeah, the Rascals, Trey Miguel and this
Zachary Wentz.
Dipshit over here.
Dipshit, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Dipshit Zach.
So now they're the number one contenders for the Impact Tag Team Championships. Good for them.
Yes, indeed. And that's pretty much going to do it. Juancho, ring the bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, so this week's Impact Wrestling was pretty solid. A good opening match with Deonna Purrazzo. Everything else in the middle was also pretty good. Moose had a good match against Kevin Knight, a newcomer. The no disqualification match kind of soured on me on the finish, and of course Bully Ray in general because I don't like Bully Ray, and neither does Juan, and neither does anybody else that I know.
Like, I used to love Bully Ray, but seeing that, like, hearing how much of an arrogant ass he was actually being with the whole thing of the ratings on AEW, I'm like, dude, you're not going to pop a million views.
But maybe the argument can be made that he's trying to stay in character as a heel on social media and being braggadocious.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh, okay. Well then. Well, getting back to it. So yeah, this Impact Wrestling was pretty solid. Nothing horrendous happened on this program, save for the vignette from Dirty Dango. I'm ready to move on from this gimmick.
I am so done with Dango.
Yeah. You and me both, buddy. You and me both.
I hate professional wrestling. It's so dumb. I hate it. Then fucking leave. Hey up, Gene Rick made it into the chat.
Hey, Gene Rick.
Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Holy shit.
Welcome. Now, this year's edition of AEW's Fight for the Fallen was actually pretty fun. I like the opening. The opening match was predictable because of who was going to win. Yeah, thank you. And also the women's match was clear proof that AEW cared about women's wrestling all for 2 weeks.
All until they decided that it'll be fine though. Like they cared about it so much that they relegated it back to the middle of the show, just the way they've been doing, just long enough for the heat to die off.
Yeah, MJF and Adam Cole continue to be the best storyline in AEW right now because nobody gives two shits about what Chris Jericho is doing these days. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has his fans, but it's not from this channel.
unfortunately, which is sad because we used to like Chris Jericho a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
We really did.
And
this is just disappointing.
And Juan and I will have our arguments and differences, but I don't give a shit. I will die on the hill and say that I was entertained and I laughed my balls off in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre deathmatch.
Hey, you know what? You do you, buddy.
And we got a $1.99 super chat
Nice.
from Gene Rick, along with a blue heart.
No, thank you for that, Gene Rick. We appreciate you there saying, aw, thanks, guys. Nice to know no pile drivers.
Actually, there was a pile driver. Will Yuta hit a pile driver on Orange Cassidy in their opening match. Sorry.
Ouch.
Sorry, buddy. But
Sorry
anyways,
about that, Gene Rick.
so this week's go-home edition of WWE NXT was also pretty solid. A great opening tag match. Tony D'Angelo and Channing Lorenzo continue to be over as babyface champions. The interference, that weird interference with Ivy Nile and the Mask, the Schism Creepers, was just weird, and it made the whole group look stupid and incompetent.
It is again heavily implied that it's actually the Creed brothers in disguise as part of the crowd of creepers that follow around the schism.
Yeah, no. Wesley is definitely climbing up the ladder, and he's elevated into a main event player as he's challenging Carmelo Hayes for the NXT title next week. He had a great match against Dijak, and Dijak, he put on a great effort. There was a couple of segments that were also a miss. Like, it wasn't just a Lost in Translation segment with Lyra and Dragon Lee, but there was also an in-ring segment. Well, actually, this one was okay-ish. It was sort of in the middle. I don't know how to make heads or tails of it. It was Baron Corbin and Von Wagner, but, you know, it's Baron Corbin, so.
Hot damn.
Yeah, I know. But everything else was pretty good. I mean, Thea Hale had an alright match against JC Jane, and let's see here. Dana Brooke, I'm still trying to figure out what they're doing with Dana Brooke, but I don't think even WWE knows who Dana Brooke is, and I don't know if I don't think that Dana Brooke knows who Dana Brooke is.
Let me just put it this way. Vince McMahon is a notorious micromanager. He knows that he's got Dana Brooke there. He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
And apparently from the way she's behaving, neither does Dana Brooke.
Yeah, no, definitely. But everything else on NXT was pretty solid, and definitely a good build for Heatwave next week. And that's going to do it for this week, folks. So tune in on next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. I will review the NXT TV special of NXT Heatwave. And
we do have one announcement that we do have to let people know.
Yes, that is true.
We will not be having an episode of Los Amigos Play or the Ravens Flock. The reason why is because we're going to be helping Angel throughout the weekend move to his new home. So he's going to need all the muscle he can get. That's why we're actually not streaming this Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Moving is definitely a serious business.
So we apologize, but hey, you know, that's life. But we'll be back next week, next Saturday for new episodes of the Ravens Flock and Los Amigos Play.
Absolutely. All right. And that's going to pretty much do it. Juancho, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Let me see here. I wonder if I'm missing anything over here. La 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 la. There we go. That's more like it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he reviews for you the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Slot live, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button. Ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Kick.com/The Ravens Flock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Rouse, and this is Wrestle.